Hello, hi, a very happy good evening. So this is Krishnaveni and we've been talking about the story of life on earth, and that's biology. Yes, welcome to my session. Yes, Vishal, hello, hi, a very happy good evening. Yes, I'm good, thank you. How are you? So yes, Vishal, so thank you so much for joining my lecture today. So please do like, share and subscribe. Okay, so today we are starting a new topic, that is body fluids and circulation. Ma'am, yesterday we started breathing and exchange of gas, so today we are starting body fluids. Yes, don't worry. So today again at 6 p.m. we'll be continuing body fluid, breathing and exchange of gas. So meanwhile, let's start body fluids and circulation. Yes, Antonia B, hello, hi, a very happy good evening. Yes, I'm good, thank you. How are you? So guys, please do like, share and subscribe. So shall we talk about body fluids and circulation now? Yes. Okay, so before we go further and talk about your body fluids and circulation, so I have an announcement to make. So this evening, once again, we are meeting. So we are meeting at 6 p.m. That is after a break of 1 hour, and we are discussing the chapter breathing and exchange of gas. So this is lecture 2. Yesterday we started off with lecture 1 and we spoke about the introduction. So wherein we spoke about the passage of your respiratory system, and we also spoke about the different parts of your respiratory system, how the mechanism of inspiration and expiration happens. So today let's take off from there. So this lecture is at 6 p.m. So don't forget to join. Yes. So meanwhile, now let me give an introduction about body fluids and circulation. Yes, okay, Keshav, hello, hi, a very happy good evening. Yes, I'm good, thank you. So please do like, share and subscribe. So that is Spanish, right, Keshav? Okay, that's great. Okay, fine. So shall we move forward? Yes, I hope you people have thought enough about the crash course. Future medicals, hello, hi. Yes, thank you for joining my lecture today. So please do like, share and subscribe. Okay, so I guess you have thought enough about the crash course. So I have told you 2 days before as well. So we are starting a crash course for 45 days for those who are appearing for the NEET exam 2021. So the course starts from July 15. So you have all the 3 subjects. You have physics, chemistry and biology. Right, so each day you have 3 lectures, 1 of each of them, and every Saturday you have doubt counters and Sunday you have unit test. Okay, so this is a platform where we get to interact one-on-one. So here you just type the message. So here I talk monotonously. So one more better way for us to interact will be this crash course. So remember, if this is 45 days crash course, so we have 38 chapters in biology. So I cannot teach a chapter of more than 1 day, right? So maximum chapters I have to complete in a day, which means I will have to concise a lot of things. So you tend to get a lot of tricks to remember, and it will be a quick revision of all the chapters and all the 3 subjects, all these features in just 1,999. So the offer price here is 1,999. The course is starting from 15th of July, but the offer price may not wait for so long because the actual price is 4,500. So make sure you join for this price, that is 1,999. Okay, yes. How the class in the app be like? Okay, so just like I am teaching here, you are showing me, I can see your chat. In the app also you have it in the same way, but yes, you have certain advantages in the app because you have doubt counters, because here we cannot have a doubt counters. So here every Saturday we have a Zoom doubt counter, and for each chapter, so we have 40 questions as a sheet which will be given to you before we start the course. Okay, so you will solve that, and after each chapter I will discuss the questions with you, and Sunday you will have unit test which you will be given access through your app itself. So this is exclusively in eCareerPoint app only, so it cannot be done through any other desktop mode. So you have to download the app and the classes will be here in the app. So please quickly, make use of this offer price, that is 1,999. All right, so yes, I guess it is worth it, and bio I will be handling, because you see, you have physics, you have chemistry, you have biology. It is a complete package, right? And it is crash, so everyone is going to revise. So in the process of revision, they would give you a lot of tips, a lot of tricks to remember. So yes, I would say it is worth it. So please go for it if you are really willing to revise properly. Okay, yes, so it is 1999, so please bookmark this and keep. So think about it, talk to your parents. So yes, I know you cannot decide on your own, right? So you have to talk to your parents, they have to agree to pay 1999, but convince them, talking about the features of this course and how well you will benefit. So if you ask about biology, so since I am going to teach biology, I have made all the PPTs once again, so it has to be pretty precise. So in one chapter, you will hardly have 10 or 11 slides, not more than that, everything compressed, everything in fingertips. So that is how I have prepared. So I am waiting for this course, so that is 15th of July. Alright, so yes, if you cannot watch live, so the classes might start from 10 in the morning, okay. If you cannot watch live, yes, you will get recorded lecture of the live class. Yes, 1 day or 2 days if you cannot watch, you get the recorded lecture, right? And you have doubt counter, so if you didn't attend the class, yes, Saturday we can meet through Zoom. I can also see you and you can also see me, so it is one-on-one platform, okay. Yes. Yes, Ranjan, hello, hi. So thank you for joining my lecture today. So please do like, share and subscribe. So Satvik Giri, hello, hi. So thank you for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. So here we go into our lecture today. So this is body fluids and circulation. So this is lecture 1. Okay. So here we go. So what are the topics we are going to discuss in this chapter? Bio NCERT. Okay, so bio NCERT करने से 300 plus होगा. Okay, so yes, it depends on how well you read the NCERT. If you're a person who just give one reading of your NCERT, इसमें नहीं होगा. Okay, so you should be a person who should understand the logic behind. You should be a person who should able to apply the application during question solving. Okay, only then you can expect more marks. So monotonously spoon feeding or school way of method will not work for a national level exam. So that is why you have extra coaching for national level exam. So in school you have objective type questions. You have annual exam, you have quarterly, you have half-yearly. So which is all predefined, right? But a national level exam, the competition is pretty high and it is application based. So it depends on how well you read the NCERT and what strategy you apply to read. So yes, there are people who can by heart NCERT, but इसमें कुछ नहीं होगा. So you should understand the logic, you should understand the trick behind it, and when a question comes, you should know how to apply the concept. Alright, yes. ASM channel, so hello, hi. So thank you for joining my lecture today. So please do like, share and subscribe. So Partha, yes, hello, hi. So thank you for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. Ma'am, please tell topic of locomotion and movement. Okay, so very soon we'll be starting locomotion and movement. So I'll be done with body fluids and circulation, breathing and exchange this week. So next Tuesday I'll be starting locomotion and movement. Okay, so yes, you have my previous lectures because the entire syllabus of biology, all the 38 chapters I have taught once. Okay, so you can go to my channel. If you subscribe, you get locomotion and movement videos. You can look into them, or else please wait till Tuesday. Okay. Yes, Dharini, a very happy good evening. So thank you so much for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. So shall we go? Yes. Okay, for how many of you still this topic is tough? Yes. Please start, I'm excited. Okay, so future medicos wants to become a cardiologist, I guess. So she's interested, he or she's interested in this chapter. So today we are going to talk about blood. What are the components of blood? So lymph, that which makes up your lymph tissue fluid. Yes, so we are going to talk about lymph. What are the circulatory pathways? You have open circulatory pathways, we have closed circulatory pathways. Hi Shimpi, yes, hello, very happy good evening. I heard you are not well. How are you? Are you fine today? Yes, I'm good, Shimpi. So thank you so much. So please do like, share and subscribe. Breathing kab start hoga. So yesterday evening at 6 p.m. we had done with lecture 1 of breathing. So today evening at 6 p.m. we'll be starting with lecture 2 of breathing and exchange of gas. Okay, so Keshav and Vishal both say blood is body fluids and circulation is easy for us. High is hard for me. Okay, so weird. Okay, fine. So Anthony says it's very easy. Okay, after my lecture, alright, fine. Okay, so circulatory pathways. So we are going to talk about what is double circulation. So regulation of cardiac activity and disorders of circulatory system. Okay, yes, so these are the topics we are going to cover. So in the crash course point of view, I am not only going to cover whatever is there in NCERT, all the things that can come in that chapter. Like now I take certain part from NCERT, certain things extra, certain things I discuss in the questions, right? So in the crash course, I have made sure that I cover everything within the lecture, because once if you attend the crash course, it should be that you should be thorough with that chapter. Okay, so that is also one thing, because I have put in a lot of effort. So from bio, I am sure you will not be disappointed. It will be worth the go. Okay. Yes, so Shimpi is fine. Yes, we are happy. Yesterday Munna gave us the information that you're not well, and she was pretty happy because she was only attending my class. But yes, we were all sad that you couldn't join, but yes, today you are here. Okay, so why do we need a circulatory system? Because the cells need constant oxygen and it has to throw out carbon dioxide. So we need some circulatory system so that it can help in the transport of these gases, right? So waste or harmful substances produced have to be removed. So efficient mechanisms for the movement of these substances to cells and from the cells. So complex organisms use special fluids within the body to transport such materials. All right. So that is the reason we need a circulatory system. So before we move further, so today we are going to talk about blood. So when I say circulatory system, it is not a single one. So system means it has to have 2-3 members, right? Yes. So when I say circulatory system, so it has 2-3 members. So who are the members of your circulatory system? So first is your blood, so followed by your blood vessels. So this includes arteries and capillaries. And number 3, yes, our 4-chambered heart. Right, so all these 3 make up your circulatory system. So first let's talk about the components of blood and what is it, how it is perfectly divided. So blood, as you all know, it is the circulatory fluid that is present in our body. So blood is not a union of only one thing, but it is a combination of many things, right? So blood has serum, so blood has plasma as well. Right, so you can say blood has cells as well as plasma, need not be a serum or plasma. Okay, yes, formation of blood is hematopoiesis. Yes, thank you. Yes, this is absolutely right. So hematopoiesis, so poiesis is formation. So this is the formation of blood and it is formed in the bone marrow. Yes, Keshav, absolutely right. Okay, so plasma is the liquid portion of the blood. So serum contains all the cells of the blood except your clotting factors. Right, so this is something basic that we read about. So this is serum and this is plasma, right? So but normally how it is categorized, your blood is divided into formed elements and plasma. So we do not say directly serum. So only when you centrifuge the blood, you have serum and plasma. Otherwise, it is formed elements and plasma. So formed elements are nothing but the cells inside your blood. So your blood has RBC, WBC and platelets, right? So your plasma is the liquid portion of the blood. So this is no change. So plasma is the liquid portion. Okay, so this has solids and this also has water. Okay, so this is 3. So I guess you know RBC, WBC and platelets. So no doubt. So this is made up of solids as well as water. So water is plain, no confusion. So what are these solids? So this consists of organic as well as inorganic bases. So organic includes your plasma proteins and it includes urea, glucose, etc. And inorganic includes cations and anions in your blood, so that they maintain the osmolarity balance. So you can say they are also involved in maintaining the osmolarity balance. Okay. Yes, you're absolutely right, Vishal. Very good. So you have ventured deep into this topic. Perfect. Okay, so what are these plasma proteins? So you have 3 plasma proteins which come under the plasma portion of your blood. So the first one is globulins. Then you have albumins. And then you have fibrinogens. Fibrins, you can say. Okay, so you have 3 plasma proteins. So now let's talk about each of them in detail. So the study of blood is hematology. The process of blood formation is hematopoiesis or hematopoiesis or hemopoiesis. So what is the pH of blood? So your blood is alkaline. So it is 7.4. It is slightly alkaline. So you have 5 to 6 liters of blood in male and 4 to 5 liters in your female. So packed cell volume, so this is the term that you should remember. So it is PCV. So this is percent volume of or total number of blood corpuscles in your blood. So this talks about the combined number of your WBC, of your RBC, as well as your platelets. So all of these put together is your packed cell volume. Okay, hematocrit volume is the percent volume or only the number of RBCs in the blood. So depending upon the number of RBCs in your blood, you can know a person is anemic or not. Okay, so hematocrit volume is the percent volume or the only number or only RBC count in the blood is hematocrit. Okay. So blood, how do you define blood? So blood is a special connective tissue. So it forms the fluid matrix. Okay. So it has plasma and formed elements. So plasma is straw colored. It is a viscous fluid and it contributes 55% to the total content of blood. Okay, so 90 to 92% of the plasma is water and proteins contribute the remaining 6 to 8%. So blood is divided into plasma and formed elements. So plasma contributes or makes up 55% of the blood. So in plasma you have water and you have plasma proteins. So water is maximum because plasma is the liquid portion, right? And the proteins make up 6 to 8%. So what are the proteins of plasma? Fibrinogens, globulins, albumins are the major plasma proteins. Okay, so remember FAG, fibrinogen, albumin, globulins. Okay, so these are the 3 plasma proteins. Apart from the plasma proteins, so plasma contains small amount of minerals, glucose, amino acids and lipid as well. Okay, yes, that's okay, ASM. So it's my pleasure. So plasma without clotting factors contributes your serum. Okay, so plasma without clotting factors is your serum. So when you centrifuge, so centrifuging is when you spin blood at high temperature and at high pressure. So you have a sediment and you have an effluent. So the upper portion is plasma. So the middle portion is white blood cells and platelet, and this portion is your RBC. So your platelets contain your clotting factor. So you can say this is your serum. Okay, done? Okay, so moving further, so we will talk about plasma proteins. So plasma proteins are your fibrinogen, globulins and albumins. So they are the major plasma proteins. So what is the function of each of them? So albumin is produced by the liver and it comes inside the blood circulation. Okay, it helps in maintaining the osmotic balance. So osmotic balance means ionic balance. Okay, so fibrinogen, globulins, albumins are major plasma proteins. So albumin is produced by the liver and it maintains the osmotic balance. So the next one, globulins are primarily involved in defense mechanism. They help in fighting against the antigens. So you have 3 types of globulins present in your blood. So they are produced and secreted by liver and the lymphoid organs. So among the 3 plasma proteins, the 2 of them, what are they? Albumins and globulins are secreted by the liver. So you have 3 types of globulins, and globulins are involved in defense mechanism and albumin is involved in maintaining your osmotic balance. right? So fibrinogen is the largest plasma protein and it helps in blood clotting. Okay, so let's talk about how it is involved in blood clotting when we talk about platelets here. Done? So formed elements now. So we are done with the plasma portion of the blood. So now we are talking about the formed elements of the blood. So you have erythrocytes, you have leukocytes, you have platelets, and these are the formed elements. Okay. So now let's talk about each of them. So this is your erythrocyte. So this is your WBC, that is leukocytes, and these are your platelets. Okay. So now shall we talk about your RBC first? Yes, Swami, a very happy good evening. So thank you so much for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. Hi Munna. Yes, I'm good. Thank you. How are you? Yes, a very happy good evening. So thank you Munna for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. Okay. Yes. Erythrocytes are RBCs. So mammalian RBCs are biconcave and mature RBCs are enucleate. So they do not have nucleus or they do not have any membrane bound organelles. So they are the most abundant of all the three types of cells in your blood. So among the WBCs, among the platelets, your RBC are the maximum. They are more in number. Okay. What is the approximate count? Average of 5 million to 5.5 millions of RBC per millimeter of blood. Okay, so you need to have so much of RBC because one main function is that it carries hemoglobin. It helps in the transport of oxygen, right? So RBCs are formed in the red bone marrow in the adults. So red color, it is an iron containing complex which is known as hemoglobin. So 12 to 16 grams of hemoglobin should be present in every 100 ml of blood. So RBC contains a pigment. So that pigment is your hemoglobin. So which confers the red color to RBC. Okay, red blood cell. That is why it is known as red blood cell. So this hemoglobin amount should be 12 to 16 grams. So when your hemoglobin level comes down, they say you're anemic, right? So you should have 12 to 16 grams of hemoglobin in every 100 ml of blood. So when they take your blood test, right? So when you go to a lab, so when you're not well, so when you give your blood test, so they take your blood, right? So they take one syringe full so that they can have this count. So 12 to 16 grams for every 100 ml is there or not, right? So this is what they will check. So this is how they will assess your hemoglobin test. Okay, fine. So lifespan of RBC, yes, RBCs are formed in the red bone marrow and they are buried in your spleen. So spleen is the graveyard of RBC and the lifespan is 120 days, after which it is destroyed in the spleen. Okay. So the next one is leukocytes. So WBCs are also known as leukocytes. So leuko means colorless. Okay. So leuko means colorless. Can you tell us tips as to how to crack NEET in 2021 in 2 months, please? Okay. So yes, I have an interesting announcement to make. Okay. So the announcement is any device to count hemoglobin. Okay. Yes, so you have a device to count hemoglobin. So not exactly hemoglobin, you can first in your blood. So if they take your blood, so it has a lot of other cells, right? It has your plasma as well as serum. First they will take only the formed elements. So out of that, from the base they will take RBC and then they will do your hemoglobin counting. So how do they do the hemoglobin counting is based on the pigment that it contains. Okay, yes. Okay, so talking about or answering ASM's channel's question. So how to crack NEET in 2021. So please give us tricks. Okay, so tomorrow, so just like I promised, this week I have a lot of interesting sessions for you. So I've thought about something new. So tomorrow, as usual, at 4 p.m. so we are talking about your molecular basis. So we'll be talking about translation because that is pending. And as per our schedule, tomorrow is Wednesday. So we will be talking about class 12 chapter. But tomorrow at 6 p.m. I have a motivational session for you. So where I will tell you how you can crack NEET in a short span of time, and and that is how to do smart work and not hard work, okay, and how to stay motivated as such. So it is a mix of motivational session as well as how to crack NEET, because for the first 4 slides I will talk about how to keep yourself very happy, how to keep yourself concentrated, and the next half I will give you tricks as to how you can prepare for your NEET exam. Okay, so this session is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Alright, yes. Okay, so lack of hemoglobin leads to anemia. So always when you have more hemoglobin, you do not suffer from any disease. Alright, okay. So yes, I have one more interesting session also. So that is probably I guess on Friday. So please wait for it till Thursday. Then I will give you the announcement. Okay. So leukocytes are colorless. So if you have to have only the leukocyte count, because leukocytes are a group of blood cells, alright. So how to score, what is your question? How to score 300 plus? So 300 plus is a very less score. So you should at least score 650 plus, because you have been preparing for NEET for such a long time. So your aim should be 650 plus. So 360, so how to score 340 plus in biology, I can help you. But 650 plus, because I need the support of physics and chemistry as well, because I don't know how much you guys are strong in physics and chemistry. So as if you ask me about Anthony, if you ask me about Shimpi, yes, I know how they are in biology, but I don't know how they are in other subjects. That I have to find out, right? So 300 to 600 will be a less score. So you should cross 550. So that is on a safer base. So understand, so for a long time you don't have exam. So competition is also pretty high. So in a day, if I am handling 4 batches of class, in 4 batches itself, I can see high competition. So morning the class that I have, yes, I have very good students who answer every question in my class, who are well versed with biology, okay. The second class I go, the kind of questions student ask me, so it makes me study. Yes, again your competition high. So I am one of the 1,000 lakhs of teachers who is present in your India, who is teaching or who is preparing kids for NEET, right? So among the various classes that I handle in a day, I see a lot of competition. So imagine in my first class I have only 50 students, but out of that 50, 20 or 15 is very good, right? So competition comes. So here if I have 9 of you watching, yes, 3 of you are very good. So then I go to my other batches, yes, I can give you 10 handful of kids who are very smart. Yes, so you have to be very aware, you have to be very smart to score your grade. I'm not saying no one should score, only you should score. So all of you should score. If the first mark is 700, say the first mark is 718, and if all my students get 718, and that's fine, right? So I am not having partiality to any of my students, okay? Okay, so yes, so that is in app, that is paid. So YouTube is afternoon only, but I have other batches in the app in the morning, all right? Yes, so if you come for the crash course, so the crash course we are expecting a lot of crowd. So in the crash course, you watch how much is the crowd, how much is the competition, and where do you stand. Okay, so the crash course is gonna be a big project, but you see where you stand, and how much of competition you have in a class of 1,000. Okay, so that is important. So in 1,000 kids, where do you stand? So among 1,000 kids who are studying from the same teacher, if you are in the 250th position, then imagine you are competing with lakhs of students, okay. So yes, JEE the crowd has reduced, but for NEET the students are increasing, right? So please think in that way and please stay focused. Yes, I will give you some tips, and everyone is not perfect and everyone is not brilliant, I know. So I do not agree with this concept that everyone should be bright. No. So each one is unique. So accordingly, you use my tip in a wise way. Okay. Am I smart, ma'am? Yes. So you are hardworking, Anthony, but you need some fine tuning so that you will come out really well. Okay. Yes. So in this crash course, you can have one-on-one sessions so that if you really have some problem, we can interact. If you do not understand a concept, yes, I can teach you in a personalized way, because every Saturday we have doubt counters. So it will be kind of very interactive for you. So if I have too many students for my doubt class, so I told them I'm ready to extend my doubt class for Sunday as well. So yes, so even I am ready to work on Sunday for you guys. Then what is stopping you guys? Come learn again and again. So even if you ask me a concept for 100 times, I am ready to explain, because if a student does not understand a concept, I solely believe it is the fault of a teacher. So the teacher is not capable enough to make the student understand. So teaching is an art of sharing or spreading knowledge. So if you guys haven't understood, so I believe it is my mistake and I'm not able to deliver it properly. So yes, feel free to ask me doubt n number of times. I am ready to teach. Okay. Yes, Shimpi, coming back to your question, what is TLC? So WBC is a group of cells. So in RBC, you have only red blood cells or erythrocytes, but leukocytes is a community of cells. So the total number of leukocyte will give you is your TLC. Right? So hematocrit only gives you RBC count. So TLC only gives you your leukocyte count. Okay? Yes. So nucleated and relatively less in number. So they have an average of 6,000 to 8,000 millimeter, 6,000 to 8,000 per millimeter cube. Okay. Yes. So this is the number. So your RBC are much higher. Yes, everyone is smart. Everyone is good. I do not deny. Yes. So if I have a class of 10 students, yes, all of you are good. But when you're competing for a national level, so I will teach you how to be a bit smarter. So that is where you stand out, right? Yes, I agree. Vishal is good. Anthony is good. But I can equally say being a genuine teacher, but both of you make silly mistakes, right? So I have seen Vishal giving me blunt wrong answers because he didn't read the question properly. I have seen Anthony Abhi making mistake and saying, ma'am, I didn't read the question properly, right? So this is where you guys go wrong. But as such, yes, your understanding is clear. So that much I can tell from you because you have been with me for almost 6 months by now. So I know you, how well you understand, and I know how I teach and how you will understand. Yes, so if this way I teach, I know you will understand. So that much I know. But yes, you make silly mistakes, blunt mistakes, which is what I want to correct. Okay, yes. Is there any term for the decrease in? Yes, there is. So please hold on. So your leukocytes are nucleated, so they have nucleus, okay, and they are relatively lesser in number, so the average itself is 6,000 to 8,000. So leukocytes are pretty short-lived compared to your RBCs. So leukocytosis is the increase in TLC. When you have more amount of your white blood cells, it is called as TLC. It occurs in case of bacterial and viral infection. Why so? Why? Why? Nowadays, you're learning from your mistake. Yes, good. So that should be the motive. So your WBCs or leukocytes are a group of cells. So your WBCs are divided into granulocytes and agranulocytes. Okay, so when they contain granule-like particle, they are called as granulocytes, and when they do not contain granules, they are called as agranulocytes. So granulocytes include your basophil, eosinophil and neutrophil. Okay, yes. Agranulocytes are L and M, lymphocytes and monocytes. So I guess you know lymphocytes include your B lymphocytes and your T lymphocytes, and both of them are involved in your immune reaction. So when you have a bacterial or viral infection, your body is trying to fight against them using these lymphocytes. Thus, during bacterial or viral infection, the amount of your leukocytes increases. Okay, so especially your lymphocytes will increase. So this is your leukocytosis. So leukocytopenia is the decrease in number of your total leukocyte count. So you should have an average of 6,000 to 8,000. If it goes above that, it is called as leukocytosis. If it falls below that, it is known as leukocytopenia. So penia is deprivation or decrease. So cyto is cell. Leukocytes are the, so this is leukocytes, right? So that is leukocytopenia. So you have another term which is your leukemia. So leukemia is abnormal increase in your TLC. So yes, here it increases up to 10,000. But when you have 25,000, 30,000 WBCs, so that is leukemia, that is abnormal increase in your WBCs, which leads to blood cancer. So blood cancer is also known as leukemia. Alright? Yes? Okay. So with this, are we done? Okay. So giving you a small idea about your granulocytes. So in WBCs, we have granulocytes. So granulocytes are your basophil, eosinophil and your neutrophil, right? Yes? So they are called as basophils because they stain with a basic dye. The nucleus of this cell takes up a basic dye. Okay? So basophils are produced during allergic reactions. So they take part in allergic reactions, you can say. Okay, so the next one is eosinophils. So eosinophils stain with an acidic dye. And then neutrophils, N stands for neutrophils. Okay, why leukocytes are short-lived? Because yes, that is their lifespan. So that is how they are capable of, right? What is the cause of prostate cancer? Yes, there are a lot of reasons for prostate cancer. Cause of blood and prostate cancer. Okay. So when you ask me this question, so this question has a big answer. So which I cannot go into because once I go into the topic of cancer, then it's tough for me to come back. So can you wait till the topic of human health and disease? I will talk about cancer. But to answer your question in one line, it is due to mutations. It is due to mutations induced by your lifestyle. Alright? Or it can be due to mutations that is because of hereditary. So this is how I can answer in 2 lines. Okay? Why leukocytes are short-lived? Okay. So certain animals have short lifespan, certain animals have long lifespan, right? So that is how the nucleus of that particular cell is designed to. Okay, Shimpi? Yes? Okay. So eosinophil, it stains with an acidic dye. So then you have neutrophil. So neutrophils and your granulocytes. So here you have lymphocytes and monocytes, right? So your neutrophils and your monocytes are important in your immune reactions. They are like guard cells. They keep patrolling your body. If at all they find a foreign particle, they will fire him out. So your neutrophils and your monocytes are phagocytic cells, you can say. So these two are phagocytic cells. So meaning they engulf the cell, phagocytic cell. So they engulf the cell which is causing an antigen. Okay? Yes? So your lymphocytes are involved in immune reaction. So you have your B lymphocyte and you have your T lymphocytes. Right? Yes? So these are the constituents. Okay, I am sorry, it again has here. So neutrophils, so they help in phagocytosis. So this is Ben I told you. Right? So your neutrophils and your monocytes, they help fight off infection. They are phagocytic cells. Okay. So your eosinophils, they fight parasitic infection to some extent. Your basophil fights inflammatory and allergic reaction. So your lymphocytes produces lymphocytes, B, T and natural NK cells, that is natural killer cells. Okay. Yes. Fine. So here I want you to remember one thing. Your neutrophil has lobed nucleus, right? So it has 1, 2, 3. It has 3 bounces of nucleus. So sometimes it is also known as polymorphonuclear cells. Poly, many, morpho is external feature, nuclear cells. So this talks about the nucleus of your neutrophils. Alright, so these are the types of WBCs. So neutrophils are the most abundant of your WBC. So WBC is put together, is a combination of your granulocytes and your agranulocytes. So neutrophils are abundant cells and they constitute about 60 to 65% of the total WBC. So basophils are the least, okay. So they contribute only 0.5 to 1%. So neutrophils and monocytes, they contribute around 6 to 8% and they're phagocytic cell, meaning they destroy the foreign particle. Basophils secrete histamine, serotonin, heparin, and it is involved in inflammatory reaction. So these are chemical messengers. So they induce further healing process or they induce more immune attack inside your body, okay. Yes, so eosinophils, they resist infection, they are associated with allergic infection to some extent. So now talking about your platelets. So Ranjan, your message is very down, so I am not able to read the last line. So can you type something else so that your message moves a bit up? Yes? Okay, so let's talk about your platelets, alright. So here we go. So like Vishal said, so platelets are also known as thrombocytes. So platelets are also known as thrombocytes, okay. Why any cancer, why any cell weak? So you're asking me, when a cell is weak, can it cause cancer? No. When a cell is weak, it is not that it can cause cancer, but when a cell is weak, it can lead to a lot of mutation. See, if a cell has less amount of energy, then the process of replication might not happen properly, because replication is an energy expensive process. So when replication does not happen accurately, you tend to have mutations. So you tend to have a collection of mutations, which can be a gross mutation or a frame shift mutation, right? So that can lead to the activation of your cancer genes. Yes, all of us have cancer genes in our body. It is in an inactive state. So the cancer genes in our body are called as oncogenes, okay? It is in an inactive state. So when these mutations happen, these cancer genes get activated. So thus you have uncontrolled growth of these cells. So cancer cells are way smart enough. I have never seen any soldier as smart as your cancer cell. It knows how to bypass your immune system's reaction. So yes, you have your lymphocyte right in front. The cancer cell is right in front, but your cancer cell very easily crosses your lymphocyte. Your lymphocyte cannot even find out. So that is how smart your cancer cell works. So it is the master brain, you can say, okay? What is this percent? So what is your question? I don't understand, Vishal. So can you retype it for me? Okay. So platelets are called as thrombocytes. So platelets are obtained from a precursor cells known as megakaryocytes. So megakaryocytes are precursor cells which produces your platelets. So platelets are important in the clotting of blood. So otherwise you will have excess bleeding. So your bleeding has to stop on its own, right? Platelets formation in the, yes, it is also formed in the bone marrow. So you have one precursor cell. So the process of blood formation is hematopoiesis, right? Sorry, right? So you have one precursor cell known as hematopoietic stem cell. So we call it HSC, hematopoietic stem cell. Okay, so this gives rise to your RBC, your WBC, and then to your megakaryocytes. So from your megakaryocytes, so you have your platelets. Okay, Vishal? Yes? Done? Oh, you're asking me, is percentage composition important, not important? So remember only about your plasma. Plasma contributes 55%. Okay, yes. So Pooja, hello, hi. Composition of your basophil and eosophil is not important. So remember which is maximum, which is least. That is important. Okay, that's all, Vishal. Yes, Pooja, hello, hi. So thank you for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. So the class starts at 4 every day and it goes on till 5. Okay. Yes, so how does your platelets help in clotting? So here let's see. So you have a particular complex known as, okay, so at the time of your blood, okay, so when you get a wound, right, so if your wound is formed, so your wound causes bleeding, right, the same wound has damaged tissues which release certain complexes which ensure that your bleeding stops. So you cannot tend or risk to lose a lot of blood, right. So blood is very, very important for circulation. So Harshdeep, yes, hello, hi. So thank you so much for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. Okay. So how is it happening? So you have a complex known as prothrombin, right? It is the inactive form because it is prothrombin. So now this is activated into thrombin. So this is activated by thrombokinase. So this thrombin is needed for your plasma protein which is fibrinogen, right? So we read about 3 plasma proteins, among them fibrinogen is one of them. So fibrinogen in the presence of thrombin is converted into fibrin. So fibrin crosses the process of blood clotting. Yes, done. So this is in short how clotting mechanism takes place. So there is no complete cure for cancer. So yes, so all the while we have been losing our battle to cancer. So there is not even one time when we have won the battle against cancer. So all the time we have lost for cancer war. So why? Because we detect cancer only at the late stage. So by then it is pretty late. So we do not have any sophisticated therapies or mechanisms to cure the patient. Okay? Yes? Yes. So kinase is the one which phosphorylates a protein and makes it activated. Okay? Okay. So now we'll talk about blood groups. So I guess it is not new to you. So I'll finish off and then I will stop. The structure of heart, cardiac output, I'll finish it on Thursday. So Thursday will be done with both your breathing and exchange as well as your body fluids and circulation. Okay? How to subscribe my channel? So please go. There is a subscribe option, so please click on it. Yes, there is a red color option, right? Subscribe, so please subscribe. Yes, okay, so it is a control point wherever you have ATP. So here we are not talking about ATP, we are just talking about how the clotting process is happening. Okay, yes, so how do you know what blood group you have? So you have certain antigens on your RBC. So RBC are your erythrocytes. So on the surface of this biconcave RBC, you have certain antigens present. So this is basically 3, right? So we have a gene I. So talking about your Mendelian genetics, sorry, gene I which has 3 alleles. So that is A, B and I. Right, so these are the alleles which produces these antigens in your body. So on the surface of RBC, if you have A antigen, so your blood group is A. So with respect to the antigen is your blood group. So if you have B antigen, your blood group is B. If you have A and B both the antigen, then your blood group is AB. If you have no antigen at all, which means you are O group. Okay, so this is your antigen. This is present on your RBC, right? So RBC is where is a part of your blood. But in the plasma, you have antibodies for this antigen. Okay, so antigens, we call them as foreign substances to our body. They are present on your RBCs, but these are natural antigens. So you have antibodies which are produced in response to your antigens. Okay, so antibodies are in the plasma, antigens are in the RBC. So please remember these two. So for your A blood group, you have antibody B. So this is anti-B. Okay, so if you have A antigen, you have B antibody. If you have B antigen, you have A antibody. If you have both antigens, you have no antibody at all. If you have no antigen, you have both the antibodies. Okay, so this is the beautiful magic here. So the donors group, who can donate blood group for a person with A group, is the person with A group itself or O group. So O group can easily donate because it has no antigen, right? But it has both the antibodies. So it is useful for all the groups, alright? So here it is B and O. So here everyone can give because this is the universal recipient and this is the universal donor. Is this clear? Yes? Yes? Yes, you're right, Vishal. Perfectly right. So guys, is it clear till this? Okay, so RH blood grouping I will teach you in the next class because for that, if people who are listening for the first time, so they might take time to understand. So yes, so understand the, the level of comprehension that I'm going to make in the crash course, because here one chapter I am teaching as slow as I can and you're understanding in detail. So crash course is only for those who have read all the chapters at least once or twice. Then only it will be easy. RH negative will be universal. Yes, you're absolutely right, Anthony. Perfect. Okay, so guys, don't forget to join me for my 6 p.m. lecture. So today we're going to discuss the important definitions in your breathing and exchange of gas. So I will tell you how to remember these definitions. So please don't miss that session. So join me for the session at 6 p.m. and if you genuinely liked my way of teaching, so please do like, share and subscribe. So I hope I haven't disappointed you. So this is me wishing you more and most. I will see you at 6 p.m. So until then, so stay tuned, have a break and come back. Alright, bye.